You know, it's funny, when I was walking out of this movie, this thought crossed my mind. What in the hell would Knuckles and Tails would have looked like if they had never changed Sonic's original design? Ugh. I shudder just thinking about it. Soinc the Hedgehog 2. So Soinc the Hedgehog 2 is the sequel to the very successful Soinc the Hedgehog movie that came out all the way back in 2020. Damn, I think that was a pretty dark year for everybody. It stars James Marsden, Idris Elba, Jim Carrey, and of course, Ben Schwartz. Jesus Christ, that was a lot of actors to list off. But anyway, Dr. Robotnik has returned and has brought himself a new player in the game, Knuckles. And why is he with Eggman? Simple. They both want to find the Master Emerald, the ultimate source of power. But of course, in Eggman's hands, that could be very bad. So Sonic and his new friend Tails must find the Master Emerald and stop Robotnik from using it to take over the world. Pretty simple Sonic adventure, am I right? And yes, that pun was completely intended. I'll just go ahead and say it, guys. Sonic 2 was a lot of fun. Like, a lot more fun than I thought it had any right to be. Not only was it a fun movie, but it's a love letter to Sonic fans and the people that love this character. The first Sonic movie, for what it was a very fun time as well when it came out. But at the same time, when it originally came out, it did have a lot of problems. This movie seems to take all the flaws away from the last movie and do away with them entirely. And then expands on the things that made the first film so damn enjoyable. I'll get to those in a bit, but first, the cast in this movie is pretty stellar. You know, I can remember a time when they revealed that Idris Elba was going to be the voice of Knuckles, and I was one of those people that was just like, they're just doing that for star power, man, what is wrong with them? But no, Idris Elba actually does an excellent job. I should have known better back then, and now I feel like a huge dumbass for even saying that in the first place. If you guys remember my Lost City review, which posted right before this review, you guys might remember me talking about the fish out of water scenario. Well, that is Knuckles throughout this entire movie to a T. He's just this hardened warrior that takes everything as a challenge, and it made for some of the most comedic moments in the entire movie. Haha, I have bested you at this game of ball base. Fear me now. That was my shitty Knuckles impression. Wasn't very good. I will say I am still trying to get used to Ben Schwartz as the voice of Sonic. You know, it's nothing against him. He does a great job, but after hearing Jason Griffin for a lot of years be the voice of Sonic, to me, he will always be the voice of Sonic. Minor nitpick, but Ben Schwartz was still great. I can't pronounce the name of the woman that voices Tails in the movie, but she did a really damn good job also. You know, about halfway through this movie, it was really weird, because I was like, why is Tails all of a sudden my favorite character in this movie? Tails was definitely the standout character in this movie. He has this whole thing going on where he looks up to Sonic, he wants to be like Sonic, but he knows deep down that he can never truly be like Sonic. And let's face it, without Tails, Sonic would not survive half of the situations he gets into in this movie. And believe me, they get into a lot of trouble throughout this movie. And of course, I can't forget the legend himself, Jim Carrey, as Dr. Robotnik. This man, to me, is a acting legend and a comedy genius. Like, I swear to you guys, he was funny as shit in this movie. And a lot of it comes from that slapstick humor that Jim Carrey is known for. His mannerisms and his over-the-top expressions mixed with his comedic timing make him perfect for Eggman. You know what's funny? In a movie filled with CGI hedgehogs and foxes and echidnas, Jim Carrey is somehow the biggest cartoon out of everybody. Like, he fits so well with the world and the setting that not once during the entire movie did I think his character felt out of place. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for James Marsden. Not that he did bad or anything, it's just, to me, it felt like him and the rest of the other human characters did not need to be here. Why are they here? To me, that was the biggest problem with the last movie, and granted, a lot of the human characters do take a back seat for this one. But every once in a while, we'll go from Sonic and Tails snowboarding down a mountain while being pursued by Knuckles and Eggman, to James Marsden attending a shit wedding subplot that I don't give a damn about. Like, they could have done away with all the human characters in this movie, and the plot of the movie wouldn't have changed at all. Except Eggman. God, Jim Carrey, you're a goat, my friend. And aside from the shit wedding subplot, this movie was a great way to kick off the spring season. It was a genuine good fun time at the theater and just a big laugh riot. Not just because of Jim Carrey, but also because the movie's just littered to the brim with references to other media and other properties. And since it is Sonic the Hedgehog, this movie also has a lot of callbacks and references to the games that so many people love. Like, the people behind this movie have obviously got to be fans themselves, because the entirety of the plot in this movie feels like something that could have been in a Sonic the Hedgehog video game. Like, the last 30 minutes of this movie is just one badass Sonic adventure. And yes, once again, pun fully intended. You got this giant robot battle at the end, Tails whips out the iconic tornado plane from the games. And of course, there is a moment in this movie where something happens to a specific character that happens in the games, and I was just like, yes! Thank you! Yes! Okay, that was pretty cringe, but you know what I'm saying. Not to mention, there's an after credits scene at the end of this movie that teases what's coming for Sonic 3, and it just had me like... Okay, that was a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Guys, Sonic 2 was a fun and entertaining movie that respects the lore and the characters that people love so much. Great acting performances and a lot of just badass action sequences. It is a thrill ride that I highly recommend seeing in a theater at some point. If you got nothing going on, take your kids or your girl to go see it. It's that good and I highly recommend it. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is definitely going in my movie collection. Alright, thank you guys so much for joining me for my review on Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This movie was a lot of fun, and I'm very tempted to go and see it again, but unfortunately, I got other movies that I gotta go see. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new, and tell me in the comments below if there's anything you want to see me review personally. But as always, as Nathan Schreiner, I'm saying peace, and I'll see you guys next time for more Fire Forged movie reviews. Peace out, everybody.